Yo guys, what is good? It's your favorite Supreme Leader, Cameron Ud, and today I'm finishing off the best badge series by giving you guys the best slashing badges in NBA 2K20. Now these badges are gonna let you finish over people, they're gonna let you source in the paint, they're gonna let you do everything, okay? You're never gonna miss in the paint again. So if you're not familiar with the style of these videos, we go through each badge and what type of player you would want to equip with the badge, what they do kind of thing, and then we're gonna go through a few scenarios of how I would set up my players if, let's say, I'm a 6'8" pure slasher compared to if I'm a 7'3" center compared to if I'm a 6' tall playmaker. So let's start off with the tier 1 finishing badges, and these are Acrobat, consistent finisher, contact finisher, and pro touch. Now these are the badges that you need at least 1 gold to Hall of Fame on pretty much any of your players. If you get more than like 5 or 6 finishing badges, now what Acrobat's going to do is allow you to hit difficult layups such as Euro steps, spin layups, all of that kind of stuff. Euro steps are overpowered every single year. This is a really good badge. Lets you get in the lane, hit him with a quick Euro step, get past your man, hit the difficult layup, all of those kinds of things. Acrobat's a really good badge. Now I would equip these on smaller kind of players, like anything kind of 6'9" and down. I wouldn't equip this badge on like a center or anything. This is a must for playmakers. You can see a lot of playmakers that get 1 badge. If they're driving dunk and stuff isn't that great, they're putting an Acrobat on their player because those Euro steps are so cheese and they're so overpowered. Acrobat definitely deserves to be on the tier 1. Now, consistent finisher. This is a badge that helps you hit layups if they're mistimed. So this is a really good badge. It pretty much gives you a boost for any layups that aren't perfectly timed. It's like the flexible release of layups. Let's say your layup meter just goes crazy, you jump into contact, you do a Euro step, you're not used to them or something like that, and you get your timing off. Consistent finisher is going to allow you to hit those layups. It definitely makes you hit a lot of crazy layups, so it's a really good badge. Now pro touch is the opposite. It gives you additional boost for having good times layups. So when you're getting your layup times good and you have pro touch, you can hit some crazy contested layups. If you put that pro touch to Hall of Fame and you're really good at timing your layups, oh my days, bro, it's over. It's over, bro. If you can time your layups and you have pro touch, say goodbye. Now obviously the last one is a fairly obvious, is pretty much the staple of all slashers. That is contact finisher. This improves the ability to convert contact layups and dunks in traffic. So pretty much you're trying to get contact dunks, you're trying to get contact layups. This is the badge, okay? You're trying to dunk on people, all of that. This is the slashing badge. This is posterizer from every other year, but it allows you to hit layups. So it's pretty much the 2 best slashing badges from any other year, which is relentless finisher. They took away the relentless finisher layup effects and put them into contact finisher. Plus they added posterizer to this badge. This badge is godly, okay? It's pretty much 2 badges that have been really good every other year, but except they're in 1 badge. So this is definitely the slashing badge. You need this badge if you're a slasher, but at the same time I wouldn't really put it on players that can't get contact dunk. Let's say you're a playmaker or something like that, you're a sharpshooter, you would go with Acrobat, not contact finisher, because if there's any contest, no matter what you have your contact finisher, if your layup or your driving dunk is a 60, you're not dunking or hitting the layup on anyone, so it's kind of silly. I forgot to mention, if you want consistent finisher or pro touch, it's a good badge for no matter what archetype, no matter what height you're at. It all just depends. Do you suck at timing your layups? And be honest with yourself, put consistent finisher on. Or are you a god at timing your layups? You're always driving into the paint, you know your layup really good, then you want to put that pro touch up. Contact finisher, again, if you're a slasher or if you're a rim protector, you got a high dunk, you got a high layup, no matter what height you are, it doesn't matter. I reckon the contact finisher is all about the ratings, no matter what height you are. Now I think these are the tier 2 slashing badges. That's cross key score, which boosts the shot percentage for layups when moving across the paint. So pretty much if you're driving from left to right, it's going to give you a boost on your layups, which is really good because a lot of the time you are driving from left to right, which is pretty much means unless you're going across the baseline for a reverse layup, if you're not driving baseline. So if you're attacking the middle, cross key scorer is going to help you. Giant Slayer. Now this is not really a badge that I would recommend unless you're a slasher or a pro-am player, okay? If you're on park, then you're not really going to need Giant Slayer, okay? Unless you're a slasher. If you're a slasher getting contact dunk, then you might want to put Giant Slayer to Hall of Fame because that's going to give you a lot of nice animations. You're going to be dunking on these centers left, right, and center, so that's really good. But if you're not a slasher, Giant Slayer is not the badge that you really want to be going unless you're playing My Career or Pro-Am, because when you're in Pro-Am, you're driving into the paint. A lot of the time, you're going to be met by a center. And when you're in Pro-Am, you may take 5 or 6 shots. You may take 5 or 6 of those types of shots a game, and you may make 1, and it's kind of more valuable. If you're a My Career, then you may may as well go equip it. But it's really more of a slasher badge and not more of like a other type of badge, if you know what I'm saying. Fancy footwork. Now this improves a player's ability to beat defenders with an advanced layup or gather. Now this pretty much means that your Euro steps, your spin layups are going to be faster and much nicer. So if you're trying to go the Acrobat kind of route, if you're more worried about your layups and kind of things, and you're trying to go the Acrobat Hall of Fame, fancy footwork and Acrobat is kind of a deadly combination. It doesn't really give you too much of a boost to the shot. It's more just the animations to get there, where Acrobat's going to give you a boost to the shot, but I also notice it does give you somewhat better animations. So that's why fancy footwork is second. Now slithery finisher, I would go this if you're more of like a small slashing type build. Let's say you've got slashing secondary. It improves a player's ability to avoid contact when attacking the rim. So I wouldn't go this if you've got a really low layup, because it's not going to help you that much. If you've got a decent layup and you're not dunking on people, then slithery finisher might be the way to go. Especially slithery finisher with like pro touch, fancy footwork, and Acrobat. You're pretty much avoiding all contacts with layups, and you're able to make them even if they do. So it's a tier 2 in my opinion. Now here are the more situational type badges, okay? So relentless finisher, if you're playing a lot of pro-am or my-career, it's going to reduce fatigue effects from continually finishing at the rim with contact. So if you're playing park, you really don't have to worry about relentless finisher at all. But if you're a slasher, you're attacking the paint a lot in like pro-am or my-career or something like that, then maybe you want to equip relentless finisher so you're not flashing Gatorade in the second half, because slashing does take away a lot of your stamina. Now fast break finisher, if you're like a lockdown or you're playing with other lockdowns, you're getting a lot of fast break points, you may want to equip fast break finisher. It boosts players' takeover meter when completing a dunk on a fast break. So if you're not getting a lot of fast breaks, then you wouldn't want to equip this. I really wouldn't want to equip this at all. But let's say you're getting a lot of fast breaks, you're playing with a team of lockdowns, and you're just getting fast break after fast break after fast break, then maybe you want to get takeover a little bit quicker and you bump that fast break finisher up to silver or gold kind of thing. Maybe something that you want to consider. Putback Boss, I mean, I think this is more of a fun badge. I wouldn't consider putbacks ever as a viable option unless you're maybe a glass cleaner, you get the rebound and then you go back up for it. Putback Boss will activate, so it's going to help you with those second chance points as well. So it's not the worst badge, but again, unless you're some sort of glass cleaner type build, I really wouldn't equip Putback Boss unless you're just trying to go for some really fancy putback dunk animations, because let's be honest, putbacks are really sick. Teardrop is a good badge, especially if you're a pro-am player or my-career player, but let's be honest, a lot of people don't know how to use teardroppers effectively, okay? Teardropper is a floater badge, so it increases the chance of hitting floaters and runners. A lot of the time, floaters won't go in, but there's a lot of good players that know how to abuse floaters and that are gonna make these floaters really good. So for most people, I wouldn't consider upgrading Teardropper. This is a badge that could be good on slashers, playmakers, guards. You really just have to be good at using floaters. Lob City Finisher, again, is more of a fun badge. If you've got some sort of playmaker that's got another Lob City passer, then maybe it's an option, okay? If you've got a friend that's gonna be throwing you lobs, maybe you want to be able to finish them. Maybe that's not the worst idea, but I know a lot of people, they don't have people that's gonna be throwing them lobs, so it's just one of those badges that would be nice to have, but is it really, really worth having? You can catch lobs without it, so I'm not really sure if you need it. Showtime is pretty much the equivalent of Microwave this year, so it's a good badge again, but would you rather equip Showtime and get takeover a little bit faster, or would you rather equip Hall of Fame contact finisher, consistent finisher, other things? Yeah, that's what I thought. You may want to put it on bronze, silver, gold kind of thing, but really, it's only a boost when you get flashing dunks and one kind of thing, so it's a good badge, but like, I don't think it's really worth it. Now for the big man badges, okay, now these are good badges, okay? I know a lot of people thought I might be ignoring these and about to put these in the situational type badges, but if you're a post scorer, obviously you need Hall of Fame drop stepper. It's a tier 1 badge. If you're a post scorer, a big, something like that, these are considered tier 1 badges. They're cheesy as hell, but I'm not putting them in the, but again, they're only for centers, so that's why I didn't put them in the rest of the thing. Deep hooks is like a tier 2 post badge, to be honest. I don't even think deep hooks is that good unless you're using the hook shot a lot. To be honest, I don't use hook shots a lot. I don't see many people use hook shots a lot, so deep hooks is kind of one of those things like, do you really need it? Do you really need it? I don't think so. But also pick and roller, if you've got a shooter and you're running a lot of screens, you got that Hall of Fame brick wall, pick and roller is also a tier 1 badge. Just depends what kind of player you are. Obviously, you don't want to put it on a point guard, but if you're a 7'3" center running a lot of pick and rolls, then yeah, you can equip it. If I was a point guard pure slasher, this is how I would upgrade my player. Acrobat Hall of Fame, so I can hit the Euro step, spin layups, all of that. I'm a point guard. I'm not sort of going to be dunking on people, so that's why I had that. Consistent consistent finisher, so even if I go into contact and the layup meter changes, that I can still hit the layups even if my layup isn't that great times. Contact finisher, because obviously this is giving us contact dunk animations. This is allowing us to hit contact layups. This is our slashing badge. Every slasher needs that contact finisher Hall of Fame. Cross key scorer silver to give me that boost. Giant Slayer Hall of Fame to let me get those highlight plays on the center. You could downgrade Giant Slayer to gold and put cross key scorer to gold, so you can have both of them gold. But let's be honest, I prefer highlight plays. In my opinion, I'm trying to dunk on your 7-3 rim protector, so that's why I'm putting Giant Slayer up there. Fast break finisher, just in case I do get the fast breaks. You know, I'm a point guard slasher, so I'm gonna have badges like downhill, all of that. I'm getting the fast breaks. I got decent defense. I might have a lockdown on my team. I kind of want at least fast break finisher bronze. Fancy footwork to make those Euro steps, spin layups really overpowered. Even those Euro dunks, all of that kind of stuff. Fancy footwork is going to help you out a lot. I then put Lob City finisher bronze just to have it, just in case someone throws you a lob, you don't have a higher chance than if you didn't have it. So it's just one of those badges that I would like to have bronze. Pro touch, obviously if I get a good time layup, I'm going to want that shot to go in, even if it's contested, so that's why I'm putting up Pro touch to Hall of Fame. But let this finisher bronze, just so I'm not getting Gatorade at the end of games, especially on Park, just to help me keep my stamina up, so I'm able to stay consistent throughout the game. Now this was tough. Did I want to put Showtime on bronze, or did I want to put Slithery finisher on bronze? I thought because I put Pro touch and consistent finisher to Hall of Fame, I already had a lot of layup badges. I didn't think I needed Slithery finisher, but again, if you're not hitting layups, then put Slithery finisher on instead of Showtime. But for me, when I was messing around with these builds, I was able to hit a lot of my layups, so I put Showtime on. I would prefer to get my takeover a little faster. Now this is my small forward kind of bigger slasher build. I'd put Acrobat on gold just because I need it less, because I'm bigger. Like, I'm more focused on trying to dunk on people than to hit my layups, so that's why I downgraded Acrobat. I downgraded consistent finisher again because I'm more focused on dunking people than having the layups. Contact finisher Hall of Fame to dunk on people. Cross key scorer is going to give me a boost on the layups when moving across the paint. If I'm a small forward, I'm going a lot of that pump fake and drive kind of thing, so I'm definitely going to be attacking the middle a lot. Also, if I'm driving across the paint, I'm preparing to boom on someone, because that's where you get a lot of your contact dunk animations, driving across the paint. If I don't go for the contact dunk, sometimes I can get bailed out a lot by this badge. Fancy footwork gold, just to be able to get the Euro dunks, kind of nice, still kind of fast. Not Hall of Fame. As I said, I'm not too focused on layups. I'm more focused on trying to dunk on people, but again, gold is nice to have. Fast break finisher, just to boost my takeover meter when I'm getting the fast break. At the small forward position, especially in prime kind of thing, I'm leaking out pretty much every play. Even in Park 3v3s, I'm leaking out, so I'm getting that fast break finisher bronze. Giant Slayer Hall of Fame, obviously I'm just small forward, I'm a bigger slasher, I'm trying to get the contact dunk animations. Relentless finisher, because I think as a small forward, you want to be engaging in more contact, which is going to make your stamina go down very, very quickly. Because you're bigger, it's going to take you more stamina to get from the 3-point line to the paint. So if you have relentless finisher as a small forward, then your contact dunk animation is going to take up less stamina. And if you don't have that at silver, then maybe you're not going to be able to have enough stamina to get the contact dunk. So that's why I put it on silver. Pro touch on Hall of Fame, because if I'm making a contact layup, I need to have that good timing. Pro touch, GG, say goodbye. I don't think that made any sense, but I'm sure you can decipher it. In other words, Pro touch is OP. Showtime to get my takeover meter a little bit faster. As a small forward, I'm getting a lot of contact dunk animations, all that kind of stuff. So I do want Showtime. Slithery finisher, just in case, because I'm attacking the rim a lot. When I go up for the contact dunk and I get a layup, Slithery finisher is going to help me a lot. As I said, as a small forward, I'm going up for contact dunks more than I am going up for the Euro. So that's why I thought Slithery finisher was a little bit more important on this build. But either way, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'm out. See ya.